Hello and welcome back again, Coffee Beans. This is Soil and Water Conservation Engineering. Definition of terms. Parts NOPQ and R. NAP. Sheet of curtain of water flowing from a structure, such as weir or dam. Natural air circulation. Air circulation induced by differences of density caused by differences of temperature. Natural erosion. Wearing away the Earth's surface by water, ice, or other natural agents under natural environmental conditions of climate, vegetation, etc., undisturbed by man. Natural flow. The flow of a stream as it would be if unaltered by upstream diversion. Storage, import, export, or change in upstream consumptive use caused by development. Navigable waters. Traditionally, waters sufficiently deep and wide for navigation by all, or specific sizes of vessels. Net positive suction head. Required performance characteristics require of the pump and is the NPSH at the pump jet. Total suction head determined at the suction nozzle corrected to pump center line, minus the vapor pressure of water at the pumping temperature. The head that causes liquid to flow through the suction piping and enter the eye of the pump impeller. Net positive head required. Performance characteristic required of the pump and is the NPSH at the pump inlet. Non-uniform flow. Flow in which the average cross-sectional velocity is not the same at successive channel cross-sections. Normal depth. Depth of flow in an open channel during uniform flow for the given conditions. Normal distribution, or data which are more or less normally distributed. Normal erosion. The gradual erosion of land used by man which does not greatly exceed natural erosion. Observation well. Hole bored to a desired depth below the ground surface for observing the water table level. OG. Profile of an overflow dam or spillway shaped in the form of an S. Open pot. An outlet consisting of an orchard valve installed in the top of a riser with a section of larger diameter pipe mortared to the riser and extending above it. Orchard valve. An outlet valve installed inside a riser pipe with an adjustable cover or lid to control flow. Orographic precipitation. Results from mechanical lifting of the air mass over mountain barriers. Orographic storm. A weather pattern in which precipitation is caused by the rising and cooling of air masses as they are forced upward by topography. Outfall. Point where water flows from a conduit stream or drain. Outlet. An appurtenance to deliver water from a pipe system to the land or to any surface pipe system. Outlet demand. Channel constructed primarily to carry water from man-made structures such as terraces. Subsurface drains, surface ditches, and diversions. Outlet gate. Usually a slide gate, or other type of gate, which is used to control the flow of water from the outlet. Overfall. Abrupt vertical change in stream channel elevation, the part of a dam or weir over which the water flows. Overfall erosion. Erosion caused by falling down an overfall. Overflow stand. Standpipe in which water rises in, at a given elevation, overflows into a pipe or a container vessel. Overhead flow. That part of surface runoff that flows over the surface towards the stream channel. Pack material. Graded gravel and sand aggregates placed around a well screen to prevent infiltration of fine materials. Parallel terraces. To aid in farming operations. Parallel terraces should be used whenever possible. Use long gentle curves when curves are necessary to make these terraces as farmable as possible. Percent area wetted. The area wetted as a percentage of the total crop area. Perched water table. A water table, usually of limited area, maintained above larger groundwater bodies by the presence of an intervening, relatively impervious confining stratum. Percolating water. Subsurface water that flows through the soil profile of other porous water. Percolation. Downward movement of water through the soil profile or other porous media. Percolation rate. The rate of movement of water under hydrostatic pressure down through the interstices of rock, soil, or filtering media except movement through large openings such as caves, the rate at which water moves through porous media, such as soil. Perforated casing. A section of well casing with openings for water entry. Perforated pipe. Pipe designed to discharge or accept water through small, multiple, closely spaced orifices, placed in its circumference. Permeability. The property of a material which permits movement of water through it when saturated and actuated by hydrostatic pressure of the magnitude normally encountered in natural subsurface water, the ease with which gases, liquids, or plant roots penetrate or pass through a layer of soil or porous media. Permeameter. Device for containing the soil sample and subjecting it to fluid flow in order to measure permeability or hydraulic conductivity. Piezoelectric vibratory atomizer, Berglund-Lou atomizer. A vibratory atomizer in which a piezoelectric transducer transmits high-frequency oscillations to a liquid jet, creating droplets with a size as a function of the frequency of oscillation. Jet diameter and jet velocity. Piezometer. Tube for measuring the combined elevation and pressure head or potential of a fluid, is a device set in a pipe to enable a Bourdon gauge or a manometer attached to the piezometer to show the net or normal pressure. Piezometric head. Combined elevation and pressure head is measured from a reference plane. Piezometric line or surface. Line or surface having equal piezometric head. Pipe drop. A pipe, with or without head walls, used as in pipe drain, any circular subsurface drain, including corrugated plastic tubing and concrete or clay tile. Pipe spillway. A pipe drain for transporting water through an embankment, sometimes called a culvert. Piping. Erosion of flow channels through soil by flowing water. Erosion control structure at a transition to drop water into a deeper drain. Plain jet atomizer, orifice atomizer. Plain orifice atomizer. Single jet atomizer. Straight stream nozzle. A pressure atomizer comprising a simple orifice designed to produce a liquid jet that collapses into droplets. Plunge pool. Scour hole formed by falling water at the base of a vertical overfall such as the head cut of a gully or downstream of a dam. Pluvial period. Is a period of hundreds of thousands of years of heavy rainfall. Point source emitters. Water is discharged from emission points that are individually and relatively widely spaced. Pond. A small natural body of standing freshwater filling a surface depression, usually smaller than a lake. Porosity. The sum of the specific yield and the specific retention. The volume of pores in the soil of the sample. Portable hydrant. An outlet used for connecting surface pipe to an alfalfa valve outlet. Portable pipe. Irrigation pipe, which is or can be moved between irrigation sets, such as sprinkler or gated pipe. Porous dam. A runoff control structure which reduces the velocity of the runoff so the solids will settle out in the settling basin or terrace. Precipitation heat treatment. Brings about the precipitation of a constituent from a supersaturated solid solution by holding body at an elevated temperature. Also called artificial aging. Pressure head. The pressure energy in the liquid system is the equivalent height of a water column above a given datum. Pressure inlet. A structure where water enters a pipeline system from a pump or pressure system. Pressure rating. The estimated maximum pressure that water in the pipe can exert continuously with a high degree of certainty that failure of the pipe will not occur. Pressure regulator. 1. A pressure decreasing device designed to maintain a constant pressure at an irrigation sprinkler regardless of elevation changes of the sprinkler. 2. A device used to maintain a constant desired pressure on a pipeline. Pressure relief valve. Drain valve. Spring-loaded valve set to open at a pressure slightly above the operating pressure. Used to relieve excessive surges. Pricing, rate structure. System used by water utility managers to charge customers for water usage. Primer. Device attached to a pump to remove air and cause water to fill the pump through the suction pipe. Propeller pump. A pump which develops most of its head by the lifting action of vanes on the water. Psychometry. Is the study of the properties of the mixtures of air and water vapor. Puddled soil. A soil which has lost its granular structure and is in a deflocculated condition as a result of tillage. Usually when it was in a wet plastic condition. Pumped well drain. Well drilled into an aquifer which is pumped to lower the water table. Pump column. The pipe column through which water from well pumps is conveyed to the ground surface. Pump efficiency, NP. Ratio of the water power produced by the pump to the power delivered to the pump by the power unit. Quick condition. Condition in which water flows through the soil material with sufficient velocity to significantly reduces the bearing capacity of the material through a decrease in intergranular pressure. Sometimes called quicksand. Race. Channel that leads water to or from a turbine or pump. Rack. Screen of parallel bars placed in a channel to catch debris. Sometimes called a bar screen. Radial flow. Flow from a source or to a sink along radial lines. Direction of flow in a centrifugal pump. Radial gate. A pivoted water control gate whose face is usually a circular arc with center of curvature at the pivot. Sometimes called a taintor gate. Radius of influence. Maximum distance from a well at which drawdown is significant. Radius of throw. Farthest distance measured from the sprinkler head center line to a point at which liquid is deposited. Rainfall frequency. Frequency of occurrence of a rainfall event whose intensity and duration can be expected to be equaled or exceeded. Rainfall intensity. Rate of rainfall for any given time interval. Usually expressed in units of depth per time. Rainfall interception. The interception and accumulation of rainfall by the foliage and branches of vegetation. Rain splash. The redistribution of soil particles on the surface by the impact of raindrops. On slopes. This can cause a large amount of erosion. Random system. A system of meandering row drains, field drains, and/or field laterals that are located in and drain depressions in a field. Range of effective pressure. Pressure range between the minimum effective pressure and the maximum effective pressure declared by the manufacturer is the pressure range in which the sprinklers operate effectively. Ramp. A sloped passage connecting two different elevations. Rapidly varied flow is a type of flow if the depth changes abruptly over a comparatively short distance such as in a hydraulic jump. Rated operating pressure. The maximum steady-state hydraulic pressure at either male coupler connected to a coupler pair. Rating curve. Graphic or tabular presentation of the discharge of flow through a structure or channel section as a function of water stage or depth of flow. Sometimes called a rating table. Rating flume. Structure placed in a channel to maintain a consistent regiment for the purpose of measuring the flow and developing a stage-discharge relation. Reach. A length of a stream or channel with relativity constant characteristics. Reach of unloader. The horizontal distance measured perpendicular to the longitudinal center line of the combine. From the lowest point of the unloader discharge. Receiver tank. Provides storage for the condensed liquid so that a constant supply of liquid is available to the evaporator as needed. Receiving water. Body of water that receives runoff or wastewater discharge. Recession curve. Descending portion of a stream flow or hydrograph. Recession time, TR. Is the time for surface and interflow to recede, duration of flooding. Recharge. Process by which water is added to the zone of saturation to replenish an aquifer. Hope it helps. Thank you again for listening. Please like, subscribe and comment your suggestion on topics you want to hear. Links of previous topics are stated in the description box below. See you in the next part. Bye. Rar.